Food stamp gone, y'all. Food stamp gone.
You know, and your president, he up here having roaring 20 parties at Ghetto Largo.
Let them
For
eat
real.
cake.
You know,
Right?
but we've seen this game before. And those of us who know our history, you know the moves to make.
That's right. That's right. As y'all know, I was raised by Sister Soldier and Malcolm X. So I came of age reading books like the ISIS Papers, the Miseducation of the Negro, right? Like books like that, right?
Yeah, and she has read all those books, y'all. So if you have, don't get up in the comments with some crazy nonsense.
All right, what's the trivia question, sweetheart?
So the trivia question, where is it at? Oh, the trivia question is: did Black Wall Street collapse when the stock market crashed in 1929?
If you're watching from the future,
Hey,
we want you to answer that question as well. I hope the future is better than the present. I really, really do. Right? But seriously, folks, let's talk about what we should be learning from this moment and how we move towards financial independence during these interesting times. All right? All right, sweetie.
yeah. So Black folks, are we building generational wealth?
I hope so.
We need to be.
Yeah. Let's introduce ourselves.
Yeah, we should.
Okay.
I guess we could.
Hey, y'all. My name's Halisi.
And I'm Rick. Welcome to our Black Utopia.
On our channel, we talk about money, travel, and life abroad. We help folks who look like us, who are getting close to retirement. Well, we at retirement age, y'all, but who are getting close to retirement age or at retirement age and forgot to plan. We help you get your money straight so that you can retire on time or maybe even abroad.
Abroad is good. Early is even better.
All right, sweetie.
You
So
don't have
what
your
is?
microphone on.
Oh, I don't have my microphone on me. So, all right, sweetie. So what are we talking about today?
Today we want to know, Black folks, are we building generational wealth?
The video is fuzzy, and I see the video is fuzzy. The video is frozen. Hopefully you can still hear us. We are dealing with Wi-Fi and other people's stuff, y'all.
I mean, we're plugged in, actually.
Are we plugged in? Okay, so good. All right. All right. So Karen Louise has already answered the question. What do you think? So Black Wall Street got destroyed the first time in the early 1920s, y'all. It took them 5 years to rebuild. Yes, that's right. Yes, that's right. The stock market crashed in 1929. All right, y'all. So all y'all who have done your research, I'm going to start marking you off. I see you, CK. All right. I see you. I see you. All right. So what are we talking about today, sweetie?
Building generational wealth.
What else?
Well, Wall Street.
So Black folks, are we building generational wealth? Are we? Are we? Because during this season of Dias de Muertos, we're going to give you 7 lessons from our ancestors.
I could never say that.
Right? What? Dias de Muertos.
Dias de Muertos.
Muertos. Muertos. Muertos. Muertos.
So y'all,
and I thought it was Dias de los Muertos. Los Muertos. I've seen it both ways. I've seen it Dias de los Muertos and Dias de Muertos. So if you are Mexican, let me know what's correct. If you're not Mexican, you probably should not chime in.
And y'all know we came back to Mexico to celebrate
Dias de Muertos.
And we had an amazing time last night in the celebration of it. I mean, They put on a show.
They put on a show, right? This was kind of like the bougie. Where's my girl? Where's my girl? This was kind of the bougie version of Dias de Muertos. But for those of you who think that this is some kind of voodoo bull nonsense, okay? We are of African descent. I am of African descent. That means that I have always valued the wisdom of my ancestors. And the tradition of Africa is to value the wisdom of our ancestors. Dias de Muertos is a day where we do not only value the wisdom of our ancestors, but we also celebrate them, right?
Mm.
And so in Mexican tradition, there are flowers that you bring. Oh gosh, those flowers are so fragrant. And I can't remember the name of them. They look like yellow
They look
mums.
like, yeah,
Mums,
mums are
little
almost
mums,
carnation type flowers.
right? And usually golden, right? Very fragrant. And so the idea is that those flowers, the smell of the flowers will bring the spirits of the ancestors back. And so you lead them to the altar. And at the altar, you have all of their favorite foods that they liked when they were here, right? And the idea is to say thank you, right? Okay, so this is my interpretation, y'all. I have not done any research. This is just from past research and from what I see. All right. And so the idea is not only to say, I miss you, I thank you for your wisdom, right? Um, and I recognize that you brought value into the lives of us and our community and the world, right? So that's what it is really all about.
Mm.
It's not about devil worship or any of that stuff.
No,
just because there are skulls involved in the decoration and all of that,
yeah.
and skeletons and things like that, that does not mean it's hocus pocus Halloween nonsense. All right. So during the season of Dias de Muertos, we're going to give you 7 lessons from our ancestors. And y'all know we came back to Mexico to celebrate this occasion. And we had an amazing time.
We had a great time.
It was so cool. It got cold.
It did get a little chilly out there.
It got cold, y'all. It get cold. It gets cold in Mexico. It was like 56, 57 degrees last night. We could see our breath, and I was not prepared.
And the horse's breath, and
right, goodness. They had horses, they had donkeys. That like it was a whole production, y'all. Explaining a tour and this and that. It was so friggin' cool. So, we will put the information of where we went, so that you can go. If you're in Mexico, they have another celebrate. It's like a 4-course meal, a whole show of this and that. It's gorgeous. They have another one next Saturday, the 7th, I think, of November. I think that's the 7th, and so it is called Hacienda Atongo, Atongo, Atongo. Hacienda Atongo. We had an amazing time. The food was good. As we said, 4-course meal, etc., etc. Y'all, check it out. But first, if you're new to our channel, then you might not know. Yeah. Back in 2018, Rick and I got a wake-up call. We were getting close to retirement age, and we looked at our money. It looked crazy.
It was crazy.
It was crazy.
It was crazy.
Right? We forgot to plan, but we did get our financial act together, and we went from negative 22,000 in net worth to over 1.1 million in net worth. So y'all,
if we can do it,
you can do it too. You can do it too. You really can. All right. And we have got the answers. Look in the description below for all of our resources. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and get started, and then we'll say hello to the folks who are in the chat. If you are not a member of our channel, why not? This is the way that we can make sure that we can continue to deliver this information, because there's a lot that I have written for Substack that I have not published because I am afraid to publish it before we go back to the United States, y'all. Real talk. Real talk. Okay? There's a lot of things that we want to say on this channel that we have not said because we have to go back to the United States to see my mom. Real talk. Real talk. But if YouTube decides they don't want to hear from us anymore, the only way for us to get in contact with you is to have your email address. You can sign up for our Substack, which is free. Nothing is behind the paywall. Nothing is behind the paywall. We're not good capitalists, y'all. Nothing is behind the paywall, all right? Everything will get shown to you on Substack, as well as Our Black Utopia YouTube channel. We do not put anything behind the paywall except for exclusive access to us. All right. So number one, learn how the system was built. Number one, learn how the system was built and stop expecting it to save you. This is rooted in what?
The Color of Law.
That's a book.
The New Jim Crow.
Read it.
The Miseducation of the Negro.
Read it. All three.
Yeah.
All right. Our ancestors would remind us that oppression was never, ever, ever accidental, but was always legalized and state sanctioned. Okay. The system is working as planned, people. The system is working as planned. They legislated and funded and enforced oppression and discrimination in the form of what?
Redlining.
Mass incarceration. Okay, let's stop. Redlining. I want you to tell me if you understand, if you truly, truly understand what redlining is, what it did, and how it affected our community. I'm going to tell you. I'm gonna spill some tea. Y'all know I was the executive director of the Colorado Democratic Party. My boss was the chairperson of the Democratic Party. She had class action lawsuits against not United Health, but folks like a United Health. Okay. And she did not know what redlining was until I taught her. So Black folks, do you understand what redlining is and the repercussions? So in 60 seconds, the government of the United States said it was okay for insurance companies and mortgage companies and banks to draw, quote unquote, not quote unquote, literal red lines around certain areas of cities. And within those red lines, getting a mortgage / loan / improvement loan was nearly impossible.
Yes.
Okay. Getting insurance was nearly impossible. And that was all by design. The middle class in America was built by real estate, by getting those folks into that first home. Before the New Deal, before FDR, history lesson, y'all, there was no such thing as these mortgages for homes. That was all created to create wealth and to create a middle class. And guess who was left out? That's right, us. We were left out because of redlining. We were also left out of the social safety net, and we'll talk about that, right? What did FDR do so that we would not qualify for Social Security, for AFDC, whatever it was called back then? And I'm not sure if they had food stamps, but they definitely had Social Security and Medicare. We know domestic workers were not included, right? I believe janitorial workers were not included. Why? Why would they do that? Why would they do that? Right? Even though we were paying the same amount of taxes as white folks, we were not getting the same results. People, politics. I love this definition. I'm going to give a shout out to Larry Daniel Favors of the Urban Network on Sirius XM, and she also has a YouTube channel. I love the way she explained this, and I'm going to copy her because she's brilliant. Politics is simply the gathering of resources from its community, hence the citizens of the United States, the gathering of resources, taxes, and how those resources will be reallocated and distributed. Are we fighting to make sure that our communities have an equitable, not equal, equitable, know the difference, access to resources that we've paid in, right? Or is it going to be shifted to someplace else, like to the billionaires, to the military industrial complex, et cetera, et cetera? That's what politics is, period, the end. Okay? It will decide what you can eat, how you can eat it, and how much you can eat. It will decide what you can wear, how well those clothes will be made. It will decide where you can work, where you can walk, where you can live, everything. Politics is everything, y'all. So I don't care if you do not do politics, but politics will.
Politics is definitely do you.
All right. The third thing is the system was designed to keep Black wealth and mobility constrained. So what is the wisdom that our ancestors said, baby?
Study the laws, not just slogans. Learn how.
No. Repeat that, baby.
Study the laws, not just the slogans.
Okay.
Learn how policy shapes your housing, your taxes, healthcare, and mobility.
Don't wait for fairness.
Build parallel systems of independence.
We'll talk about that. Build parallel systems of independence. What did Black Wall Street do? What did Black Wall Street do, y'all? Read policies like redlining maps, Social Security exclusions, and recent immigration executive orders. Read Project 2025.
Create your own personal policy map. How each new law or government action could affect your income, your residency, and your rights.
I don't do politics. It doesn't. How does each policy affect your life? Babies, we do not have time for bullshit. Okay? How does each executive order and each policy affect your personal life, your financial life, your spiritual life, right? Because if they've got all these assholes running around saying the N word with the R, that affects our spiritual and emotional lives, right? If we have to worry about whether our parents will be able to remain in assisted living, that affects our personal lives. All of this is politics. Like the nomadic capitalist said, we want you to live in a country that treats you like you want to be treated. Is America treating you like you want to be treated? Is it? All right. So that's step one. All right. Let's see what you guys are saying. Let's see what you guys are saying. I love it.
Wakanda. I'm with you.
I love it. Right.
I'm with you.
We need to create our own mini Wakanda. Okay, y'all? We have everything that it takes, and we're going to talk about that. Right? Agricultural and domestic help. So all of our folks who are picking cotton under, remember Juneteenth is a lie. Remember that, right? Remember in Texas that they had our people enslaved for an extra year. And some folks, truly, if you don't know this, do your homework, read a book, were not alleviated from technical slavery until the 1970s. We have to stop using white people as the default. Okay, they're not the default. And if you think about it that way, right, then you don't recognize what's going on. Right? You don't recognize what's going on. Let's start at the top. Let's start at the top. Because we haven't said hello. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Teddy always has something to say. They would be angry because bougie Black folks are spending their Black dollars in Europe. Who he talking about? Instead of building their own communities. I agree. They are angry, and I don't blame them. I say, go to the country where you are treated best. I am not treated best in the United States.
No.
And I am too old to be dealing with some Ghana. I ain't dealing with that shit, Teddy. I would deal with South Africa. I love me some South Africa, but it's too far from our parents, from my parents. Parent, I only have one left. Okay? So I can't be that far away from my mom. What we don't do is judge people on their decisions. Okay? I'm not saying that Teddy's doing that. So I'm going to take this away. What we don't do is judge people on their decisions. Portugal is a European country. We blend in Portugal. And we are treated very well in Portugal. Except for this immigration process, y'all. But that's everybody. Everybody got to deal with that. Everybody got to deal with their bureaucracy. All right?
And when it comes to
everybody.
When it comes to the point of Portugal doesn't do the right things or doesn't show us love, hey,
then it's time to go.
Then it's time to go.
Right, Doug? To the bank.
The thing is not being tied down or stuck or forced to live how you don't want to live.
Exactly. And so the moment that Portugal stops treating us well, we will be and are in the financial position to say,
deuces.
Not only that, we have permanent Mexican residency. We're in Mexico right now. Even though we don't blend in Mexico and that gets on my nerves, the Mexican people are just lovely. They really, really are. And where we were glamping was very indigenous.
Yeah.
It was very indigenous as far as the local folks go. And I was talking to one of the folks, in my little splongle. The folks are lovely. Okay. But for all of the other places that we want to travel, Portugal is the place. So Karen Louise says, yes, they are angry because of what they fought so hard for and now are seeing what has been lost. Plus, the U.S. has never, ever,
no, it hasn't,
reckoned with its original traumas and sins. We did not have a Truth and Reconciliation Commission like they did in South Africa. We should have, but white folks don't want to deal with it. Well, I would feel bad. I would feel bad, and it would make me feel bad, and my son would feel bad, so we can't talk about it. We can't talk about it because it makes us feel bad. Really? Well, it makes our lives bad. I'm just saying. All right. Bonita is in the house. Poor Bonita. Bonita, I sent you a chat. Look at the chat. All right. So for our members, most Sundays we post under posts the link to get into the private Zoom so you can chitty chat with us before we go live. Okay. Every single member, no matter what level, gets access to us every single Sunday. Well, 90% of the Sundays we go live, and we will spend some time an hour before chitty chatting while we're getting ready. Okay. And so we've got some members who are having issues trying to log in. Just look under the community tab. I said I was going to do that here, but I don't think I have time because we've got to cut this short. So we need to get going. We fly out today, so we're probably only going to be here for another 40 minutes. All right, so let's get going. Hey, Lynn, good to see you. Bobby, all these people who were in the chat earlier, except for you, Bonita. We missed you, and I was looking for you. Bonita, I was looking for you. John, it's good to have you. I know another John
Hey,
Malone. It's
yeah.
great to have you as a new member.
Welcome, welcome.
Welcome. The legends get to hang out with us on air every other Thursday, and then every Sunday before we go live right now for an hour we hang out. All right. So that's what we do. That's what we do. Hey,
Hey,
Prophetess, thank you,
Prophet.
thank you, thank you
Thank
for
you.
the super sticker. Y'all, every single penny of the super sticker, super thanks, all of the donations go to our scholarship fund for Beyond the Bling. That is our financial freedom program for late bloomers. We meet every second Saturday of the month. So we will be meeting next Saturday. We'll be back home in Portugal. We'll meet you next Saturday for Beyond the Bling and the Side Hustle Challenge community, which is called the Financial Freedom Lab. All right. Both meet every second Saturday of the month. So thank you, thank you, thank you, Prophet Tess. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. All right. A Better Life. We see you, Gwen and Derek. Hey, hey, hey. Y'all, Action VJ, we got to give him some love and give him a shout out.
Definitely.
Him
Yeah.
and who else? Who else do we
Greta.
got? Greta. I was about to say Glenda. Him and Greta are always on point and always helping us out. And y'all, they do this for free. So send them some love. Okay. Send them some love. They're just doing this out of the kindness of their heart. Thank you, Tana
And
Rose.
we appreciate it.
We appreciate, oh, shoot, we appreciate it. Yes, we do. New Life Curator, we appreciate you. Good to see you. Maria is in the house. Sylvia, Bazelle, greetings from the Terrys. Okay. All right. Now I know who you are. Your personal lectures. When did those start? You know, I've been lecturing folks from the beginning of time. Now you know that. Right, Lisa? You know that. Hey, Kevin. And Life with Nia, Amber A, Cheryl PhD.
Killer Queen.
I knew he was going to say that. Yakota Strong is in the house.
There you go.
MD, Ballerina, all of the folks that we love and cherish so much. Y'all, we love you guys so much. We see you. We see you. We see you. All right. Put a Q in front of your question or comment. I will go through while we're going through number 2 and start marking your comments from number 1. Yes, there will be another meetup, Lisa. We just had a meeting today.
Yeah.
If you got the email, we had a meeting today. We had a private Zoom call to answer all the questions and to get people situated. All right. Yeah, I recorded part of it. I don't know if I'm going to release it. Make sure that y'all are on our list, our mail list. Okay.
Yeah.
So the meetup is always the week of Juneteenth. It is always the week of Juneteenth. It is the Monday and Tuesday before Juneteenth. Always, always, always. Okay. Every year. We'll tell you if we're not going to have it. And if we're not going to have it, we're probably not on YouTube anymore because we love seeing y'all. So I think this year is the 15th and 16th would be the Monday and Tuesday before Juneteenth. But as we said, all of the activities span a week and they start the Thursday before and end the Friday after our meetup. So don't do the American thing. Take 2 weeks. Take at least 2 weeks if you want to come to Portugal. Okay?
Give yourself some time
for this meetup. All right. Thank you, Prophetess. We see you. We see you. We see you. We see you. Thank you so much. All right. Let's get to number 2. So number one is going to take some time. Okay. If you have not been doing the work all along, like I have, I can't help it as a dependent of Sister Soldier and Malcolm X. I cannot help it. This is just, I have grown up listening to this stuff, going to the community meetings and doing the things. All right. And so books like the ISIS Papers and the Miseducation of the Negro, I was reading that 30 years ago. 30 years ago. Okay. All right. Number 2.
Number 2 is own what you can, whenever you can, and control the flow of resources.
Own what you can. Wherever
you can.
you can. Right? And control the flow of resources. Why do we say that? This is rooted in The Color of Law, The Education of Blacks in the South by James D. Anderson, Their Highest Potential by Vanessa Seidel Walker, and The Warmth of Other Suns by Isabel Wilkerson. I'm sure you read that, right? And of course, the Greenwood model. So, the wisdom. Greenwood thrived not because it was integrated, but because it controlled the flow of money. Right? Education. They controlled the flow of money. They controlled their education. They controlled the opportunities within its borders. And so consequently,
$1 in Greenwood circulated up to 19 times before leaving the community.
Whereas today, the average Black dollar circulates within the community for about 6 to 12 hours. Y'all, 6 to 12 hours. Okay? So proving that true wealth inhibitors, look, it was never about segregation. It was never about segregation, and it was never about integration. They would like you to think that, but that is not the truth. That is not the truth. All right? So the truth is that the wealth inhibitors were state-sanctioned, systemic underfunding. Like what?
And deliberate exclusion of Black communities from equal resources.
Didn't we just talk about that? Segregated schools often produced excellent results, right? We produced excellence. We produced doctors, lawyers, accountants, teachers, etc. in segregated schools, okay? I know that they made us believe that whatever they have is better than what we had, but it is not true. Because until integration was weaponized to dismantle Black-led education, we had a strong middle class.
Yeah.
And growing without any of the amendments to the Constitution that happened thereafter. All right? So
when white policymakers shut down Black schools and refused to let Black educators teach white children, tens of thousands of college-educated Black teachers and principals lost their livelihoods.
Did you hear us? Because we tout Brown versus the Board of Education. If you don't know what that is, look it up. All right. We tout that. But what was the argument? What was the reasoning that the Supreme Court gave to say, yes, Brown versus the Board of Education needs to happen, right? There was a wrong here. What was the wrong? If you know, let us know in the chat. What was the wrong? What was the wrong that the Supreme Court justices argued to validate their answer? I wonder. That fight should never have been for integration. The fight should never have been for integration. It should have been for equitable access to resources. And I say equitable, not equal. Why do I say equitable and not equal? Tell me in the chat if you know the difference. Tell me the difference between equitable and equal. As a matter of fact, the argument that the Supreme Court gave centered white children. We were not going to get the full benefit of anything if we didn't have access to these white children, and vice versa. Really? Really? Because we were doing just fine. The problem was not segregation. The problem was forced segregation. The problem was, I can't buy a house over here and go to the school in that neighborhood. That was the problem. Now, why you as a Black person would want to send your child to an all-white school, I have no idea. Because a lot of you are doing that and you think it's good for your children. It's not. It's destroying them. Send them to the Black school. Send them to the Black school and have your ass up there to make sure that they get the education that they need.
Support that
All
Black
right?
school.
Support the Black school. All right? Because those Black teachers are going to expect more and love up on your child more than those white teachers ever will. I don't care what the test results are say, because the test results will not necessarily be for your kids. Okay? We do a disservice by sending our kids to these suburban white schools. We do our kids a disservice. They are not getting a better education. They are getting indoctrinated into how to capitulate to white folks. That's what they are getting. That's what they are getting. I saw it with my own eyes. I saw it. I saw Black people start to hate themselves once they started getting bused to those white schools. My parents would not let me get bused. They're like, I'll take you out of this system. You will not get bused. I moved into Baldwin Hills, Black neighborhood, and that's where we gonna be. Okay? Okay? So segregation was survivable. Resource inequality and loss of institutional control are not. They're not. And we have lost control. We have lost control. We don't own the systems of resources in our communities. We can't give out business loans. We can't give out house loans like we used to do, or any of that stuff. We bought into white is better, and we are worse off for it.
Economic independence thrives wherever a people manage their own circulation of capital, education, and labor.
The melon felon is purposely, he doesn't know us. He doesn't know us. He does not know us, folks. He does not know us. And so he thinks he's hurting, he is hurting us because he's hurting the whole United States and the world, right? But he does not realize that when you come from a people of resilience, he cries when he gets a hangnail. All right, come on. Get out of my face with that nonsense. Get out of my face with that nonsense. Okay, let me see what you're saying about equal. We got some more stuff to talk about with. Equal is just. And if all things were equal, we all are. Integration is different than assimilation. And I don't want to assimilate with people who think it's okay to own other human beings. I do not want to assimilate with people who thinks it's okay and not a sin, like they've said lately, to own other human beings. So the difference between, oh my God, I've got a lot of education to do. Okay, y'all. Damn, we don't have a lot of time. This is going to have to be a part 2. Okay, Monica knows the answer. Equal is everyone getting the same thing. Equity is everyone gets what they need. Okay? It's not the same. And I'm sure you all have seen the illustrations, right? Of the difference between equality and equitable, right? So equality, to give a visual, imagine a fence. And you've got the kids trying to look over the fence to see the game that's being played. There's a short kid, a medium-sized kid, and a tall kid. They all get the same box. Are they all going to be able to see the game? Hell no. The short kid is not going to be able to see the game. That's not, yeah, it's equal. Everybody got the same box to stand on. Same size box, equal. But it is not equitable. Unless we're saying the short person does not deserve to see the game. Was it his fault that he's short? Did he make some decisions in his life or her life to be short? No. So then why are we punishing them for being short, right? That is the difference between equality and equitableness, okay? So did you know that in Greenwood District, our ancestors responded by creating their own, like we had Black farming cooperatives. Do you know what a cooperative is? A cooperative is the first version of a union, okay? It's the first version of a union. We had farming cooperatives. We had home buying clubs, y'all. We were pooling our money together to make sure everybody owned a house. That's what we were doing before integration. And these mofos want to segregate us again. They don't even know what they're doing. They're going to get pissed off all over again because we have community and they don't. They don't. So action items.
Circulate wealth internally.
We're not spending any money. We are not spending any money until they stop the BS. We're not spending any money until he stops with the ICE stuff. We're not spending any money until they restore all of our social safety net. We are not spending any money until what other things need to happen? ICE, social safety net, and whatever else we want. I can't think right now. We are not spending any money on anything that is unnecessary. If you want to buy Christmas presents, we are buying them from Black businesses only, not Target. Whoever Target used to distribute, you find them directly, okay? You find them directly and you go straight to their website and you buy from them directly, okay? We are not giving any more of our hard-earned money to the tech bros or any of these other people who could not care less about us and our community, who have made it their mission to discriminate, persecute, and oppress.
Yeah.
Or otherwise just dismiss us.
Yeah. Spend invest money with business professionals and creators who reinvest in your community or diaspora.
All right. Only institutions of learning and employment. Okay. We're going back. We are going. They want to go back, make America back great again. Yeah, we're going to make the Black community great. Well, we're already great. We're already great because we're here and we're doing what we're doing, right? But we're going to become even greater, right? We're going to go back to teaching our own, right? Because we know, and statistics show, and the interviews show that only Black teachers treat every kid equitably. And has the same expectations of every kid. Oh, not Latino, not any other POC, only Black teachers, okay? I do my homework. I do not talk off the dome. I do my homework. So when I was looking to endorse school board people, when I was running that nonprofit, right? I had to do the research. And the research said, only Black teachers treat all students equitably and have the same expectations. High expectations for kids, okay? We do not want to be taught by them anymore until we are adults, okay? Until we know exactly who we are. So we're going to own the institutions of learning, employment. We're going to create schools. We're going to create programs and digital academies that we control. All right. So when you start thinking about your side hustles, think about what we need. What does our community need? The internet means you can be anywhere, right? And we can help out our people from anywhere. And then we're going to protect the educators. And who else?
And the mentors and the thinkers who sustain them. We have to protect it.
Right? We're going to audit and redirect our resources. We need you to audit your resources. You need to audit your resources for two reasons. One, you need to audit your resources because you need to make sure that you're not spending money that you shouldn't be spending. And then you want to audit where you are spending
Where you're
that money.
spending it, yeah.
Track where public and private funds flow, especially in your state and in your city. When inequity persists, build alternative systems of funding. We can microfinance. We can have mutual aid. We can start our own GoFundMes. Okay, we can start our own investment in companies and deliver shares. We don't have to have the stock market or any of this nonsense to do the things that we need to do. We really don't. Okay, so. Just as Greenwood dollars once strengthened everyone it touched, your financial independence depends on deciding who gets your dollar, all right? Who educates your family.
Who benefits from your genius.
Right?
Freedom is not in inclusion. It's in ownership and control of the circulation itself.
That's right. That's right. Okay. All right. So what are you guys talking about? Time goes so fast, y'all. Time goes so fast. We are trying because we gotta get out of here. We gotta I'm going to make gifts this year. That's what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
Allison, while getting supplies from Black-owned businesses, right? Right? Not only did we have farming co-ops in Compton, California, we had cooperatives all throughout the South, as far back as right after slavery, y'all. We have been doing cooperatives for businesses, for banks, and all of that stuff for a long time. If you do not know what a cooperative is, Google it. Okay? There are lots of different types of cooperatives, but to me, cooperative is synonymous with community. Okay? It's synonymous with community because the community comes together and decides as a group how they will move forward regarding a specific issue. All right. So we've started some things. John, we want to give you a shout out again. CK says Black Wall Street crashed with the Klan and U.S. law enforcement unalive the Black folks in the town. But then it came back 5 years later. It came back. They built it back in 5 years, y'all. In 5 years. Thank you again, Prophetess. Thank you again. Will there be another call for me? I missed it. Oh, hey, Lisa. Yes, there will be another call in the new year. The 10-year immigration update in Portugal. I'm still good with that. I won't be here. So, okay. I just asked because the courts in Portugal said that it is against the law to change the immigration policies for people who are already in the system. Okay. And so they said it was against the law for those of us who are already that we moved to Portugal under the assumption that it was 5 years to citizenship. Now, the Trump party in Portugal wanted to make it 10 years. The compromise was 7 years for new people, still 5 years for the folks who are already in the system. I have not looked, well, today's Sunday, so that's what it was as of Friday. And I have not looked to see if there were any votes taken after I looked, et cetera, et cetera. There are other European countries that still have 5 years to citizenship. Now, their requirements may be a little higher financially, like
Right.
France, but I believe, if I remember correctly, France is still 5 years to citizenship. I'm really upset at Portugal because Spain was 10 years to citizenship, and a lot of other places are 7 to 10 years for citizenship. It is not because of the EU that they changed this. This is some internal stuff because they have not explained what's what and who's who. And like every place, when people start feeling financially insecure, they look for a scapegoat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so that's what that's all about. And so we thank you, Jay Kramer, for the super sticker.
Wow.
You all know it all goes to our scholarship fund. When you send us an email asking for a scholarship, you do not need to give us a sob story or anything like that. This is our community, and we trust that if you are a utopian, that you have integrity, and if you're asking for it, it's because you need it. Okay? And so you don't need to give a sob story. You just have to ask for it. Put scholarship or Beyond the Bling scholarship in the subject line, because we get a lot of emails and we're behind because we've been traveling. But we will catch up. All right, still looking at the plantation house as the standard of goodness instead of understanding and appreciate our own greatness. Right? These are the words when black folks say, white folks' ice is colder. That kind of nonsense. Right? That kind of nonsense. Going to predominantly white schools during my childhood was great for me. Okay, thanks, Donna Rose. I learned that white people should never be placed on a pedestal. That's one way to look at it. That's one way to look at it. What I noticed when my black friends went to poor white schools that supposedly had better test scores than the ones in our neighborhood is they came back saying some crazy ass shit like light skinned it with good hair and all that kind of colorism bullshit. That's what I saw in LA. I went to Beverly Hills High School. Rich folks don't care. Them rich folks are like, I got mine, you got yours. You good, I'm good. You good, I'm good. What we doing? Where we going? How we ditching? We ditching school today? Where we going? Are we going to Palm Springs to my mom's condo? Rich white people, different. Because they don't feel like somebody stole something from them. Right? So I didn't experience that. I didn't come back talking about light skin, good hair, and all this kind of nonsense. That's what I saw from my friends. And it broke my heart. It really broke my heart. Brown versus Board was about a child who had to travel to a black school when there were others closer. Yes, that's what it was about. That's what it was about. But what was the argument that the Supreme Court justices gave to substantiate them saying, yes, Brown versus Board of Education, Brown is right, Board of Education is wrong? What was the argument that they gave to say we should integrate the schools and this is how it should be? We wanted to have transportation and school supplies. I'm sorry. I don't remember what you're responding to, A. Lee. Because we were thriving and surpassing them, they felt the need to destroy what we had. That's the truth about Black Wall Street. That is the truth. They did not understand. See, they were pissed off. They did not want us in their war. They did not want us in their World War I, right? Because we're stupid and we can't fight and blah, blah, blah. Okay, fine. We stay home. This ain't our war no damn way. Okay, so we stay home. And we build our stuff. And then y'all come back to some broke ass shit and you pissed off. Wait, you stopped us from going to the war. And now you're pissed off because while you were gone, we did some stuff. Really? Really? Some white folk crazy. That's all I'm saying. Some white folk crazy. Thank you, Tashika. Thank you for the super sticker. Y'all know the scholarship spill. Okay,
Yeah.
Let's move on. We've got very little time left, so we're going to go very quickly. And then y'all, I got my timer on. We ain't got a lot of time. All right, number 3, build economic moats. Multiple streams, no single master. This is rooted in
the entrepreneurial traditions of Marcus Garvey, Madame C.J. Walker, and Fannie Lou Hamer's Freedom Farm Cooperative.
All right. When institutions fail or turn hostile, like the social safety net cuts or ICE detentions and detainments, right? The only safety net that we have is what we have built ourselves, okay? The only safety net we have is what we have built ourselves. When they start rounding us up to incarcerate us, to re-enslave us, because this is what it's all about. I hope I'm being hyperbolic. Please let me be hyperbolic. But what if I'm not? All we have is ourselves. All right. So we need to get into community and start making sure we've got these bond funds together with the GoFundMe's and all of this stuff. Dependence on one paycheck or one government check is a luxury Black folks no longer have. Not that we had it in the first damn place. All right. We need you to diversify. We need you to digitize and create income streams that are digital, that are through a digital medium, right? And decentralized, yes. Right? We don't want all of your money in the same place. So action items, monetize your skills into podcasts, products, services, digital courses, etc. You already know what to do. And if you're in Beyond the Bling, you already have access to those resources. What else?
Use AI and automation to scale your reach.
Right.
Don't trade time for money.
Do not. Okay. We don't trade time for money, and we're not going to ask you to trade time for money. All right. Treat Social Security as a supplement, not a salvation. Treat Social Security as a supplement, not a salvation. All right. Not a salvation. Number 4, stay mobile. Mobility is survival. This is rooted in the warmth of other suns and the Green Book era. When oppressive regimes close in, those who move survive. Those who move survive. Ida B. Wells fled Memphis after her newspaper was burned. 6 million Black Americans moved north, right? For a shot at dignity. And today's Blackset movement is in the same spirit.
Yes.
All right. So the wisdom from our ancestors.
Always know your exits. Your passport is a survival document, not just a travel perk.
All right. That passport is your survival document, not just a perk. All right. Not just a perk for the bougie people. And I got this passport and we going. No, babies. It is a tool. If you are of Caribbean descent, get dual citizenship. If you are of African descent, first generation, second generation, get dual citizenship. All right. Residency and international bank accounts, all of that, keep them current. If you don't have access to an international bank account, we have information, not yet in the description below. If you're watching from the future, it may be there. If not, it's in the video we did last week, right?
Yeah.
So that you can get a tax ID and a bank account in Portugal and have some of your money in euros. This is going to be very, very important.
Yeah.
Moving forward.
Maintain go bags, legal documents, cash, backup devices, emergency visas.
We had all of that stuff when we lived in the United States in a safe. All right. We had cash, we had passports, we had credit cards with no balances, et cetera, right? And a bag that we can pick up and go. I hope I'm being hyperbolic.
Yeah, I do too.
I hope I'm being hyperbolic.
Truly.
But what they did in Chicago, they purposely chose an apartment building that was majority people of color and Black. And they rounded up Black folks, Black Americans, and said, papers, please. So if you think, we're 10th generation, blah, blah, we're the original, blah, blah, blah. No. FBA, blah, 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 blah. No. You look kind of Haitian to me. You look a little Venezuelan to me. Show me your papers. Research no less than three Plan B countries that offer safety and affordability. All right. If you need help, use our Move Abroad Toolkit that is in the description below. All right. That will walk you through every single thing. Number 5.
Build community power. Never stand alone.
Join our community. Yeah, we're on Facebook, but we're getting off, okay? I haven't been paying attention. Once they kick me off of Facebook, we have our Fire Over 50. We are going to move that to another platform because Zuckerberg does not deserve us. He does not, all right? So that's one community, but there are lots of communities out there, all right? And you can build your own. You never want to stand alone. This is rooted in the collective action of the civil rights movement, Black churches, and the freedom schools, all right? I went to freedom school when I was a kid. Did you go to freedom school? Let us know in the chat if you went to freedom school, if you had those types of parents.
Yeah. From sharecroppers pulling funds to, what is it? SNCC? SNCC, I thought it was SNCC. To SNCC organizers sleeping in one another's homes. Black survival was always communal.
Always.
Always.
Always. So the wisdom from our ancestors, isolation is death, okay? Politically, financially, and emotionally, community is our ancestral technology. We need you to tap in. So the action steps that you are going to take: keep deep ties to trusted networks, both in the US and abroad. All right. We're building networks abroad. We're building networks abroad, and we're showing you how to build networks abroad. Okay. So tap in. Tap in.
Use your Financial Freedom Lab and our Black Utopia's membership as a modern mutual aid
hub. All right. So our Financial Freedom Lab, anyone who has done the Side Hustle Challenge has access to the Financial Freedom Lab. Okay. Starting the new year, we'll probably go ahead and offer that access without the Side Hustle Challenge. But right now, that's how it goes. We meet every second Saturday of the month to talk about how we are getting our businesses together and to help each other build our businesses. All right. So we want to share vetted information. We want to share vetted information. Let's not share the nonsense, y'all.
That's a very important point, because there's a lot of stuff out there on YouTube right now that don't just take the first story you come up on as gospel.
Yeah.
Because 9 times out of 10, it's not.
It's not. It's not.
Vet it. Look into it. Look who the resources are.
Exactly. Exactly. Y'all know. Okay, I saw that one. I'll do that one. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm marking some of your guys's comments here so we can make sure that we stay on point. Butterfly Stuffs. That's a new name. I was younger and had lower income. That's what I brought to my grandmama's house on Christmas Day. I know that's right. Food would have been sold long ago and not to be right. One Black venture capital firm. Look it up. Yeah. For Us By Us. I don't know that they were a venture capital firm. And I used to work in venture capital. At the time, there were only 2 Black venture capital firms in all of the United States, and they were on the East Coast. I'm just saying. Portugal allows dual citizenship. Y'all, right now, with America, most countries that you would consider offers dual citizenship, okay? So that's probably not something you are going to have to worry about. You can Google whether the United States has a treaty with the country. If you're going to move to Russia, if you're going to move to Syria, maybe, or someplace like that, maybe not. Okay? Maybe not. But most countries now, the question is will they allow dual citizenship with the United States? Because there's a lot of stuff that the government has to go through to have dual citizenship with the United States. There are banking things that they have to agree to and all other kind of stuff, right? The United States demands a lot of its citizens, no matter where they live. And so, most places are going to say yes, but there are some places that you might be surprised. They're going to say, we ain't going to deal with all that. We ain't going to deal with all that. All right. So you want to share vetted information with your friends and your family. Okay. We do not have the luxury of being ignorant anymore. Okay. This is our stop gap. So we're going to keep going. And as far as relocation support, we got you. All right. We got the one-on-one. You can book time with us one-on-one. That information is in the description below. And then, of course, we also have the Move Abroad Toolkit. All right, number 6.
Guard your body, your mind, and your data.
Yeah, this is rooted in the ISIS papers and modern lessons from state surveillance and digital policing. All right, oppression levels evolve, y'all. They evolve from slave patrols to predictive policing to online monitoring. We know this stuff. We know this stuff. We know what policing looked like, right? Welsing warned, Francis Cress Welsing of the ISIS papers, Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, warned that psychological warfare was part of white supremacy. But we do that, didn't we? Today, digital and physical safety are intertwined.
Yeah.
The wisdom from our ancestors say,
protect your physical safety and your digital sovereignty.
Right now, they are trying to give all of our information to Palantir. I don't know if it's totally happened, but I know it was in the process of happening, right? If you are not like us and you're not online doing the things that we are doing, we want you to limit what you say online. Okay? We want, especially if you're going to, for as long as you're staying in the United States, the things that you want to say to friends and family, the information that you want to impart in person, impart over the phone.
Right.
Okay? We're not texting. We're not anything that we don't want anybody else to read. We're not signaling, WhatsApping, DMing, or any of that stuff that can be later brought back. We think that it disappears. It never disappears forever. It never disappears forever. All right, you guys? So learn basic digital security practices. VPN. We use a VPN. After this, a link will be in the description below, or look at last week's. All right? Mm-hmm. You use a password manager.
I do. I don't use it anymore because it crashed, and it's like, oh,
it's not being updated. But there's others out there. Yeah. And then identity protection tools. So I use 2 and 3 authentications. I use the Google, or there's other authenticator apps that will give you a number that you plug in. All right, use those things. I'm not good with technology. Stop saying those words.
Get good with technology.
Stop saying those words. If you want to move abroad, you need to get good with technology. I'm not good at technology. What you are saying is I'm not smart enough to learn. And I know that there's no dummies watching Our Black Utopia. That's what I do know, because they got pissed off and left. So all y'all watching are smart enough. All right? You are smart enough to learn the technology that you need. Prioritize your mental wellness and trauma recovery. All right? There is no freedom
without healing.
There is no freedom without healing. And then number 7.
Teach the next generation to master the game and not just play it.
Last but certainly not least, each one, reach one, teach one. Each one, reach one, teach one. This is rooted in the miseducation of the Negro and the sum of us. All right? Carter G. Woodson said the greatest tragedy was not slavery itself, but training our people to depend on their oppressor for validation. So slavery wasn't the worst thing. The worst thing is that we're still looking to get validated by those who would have us enslaved. McGee shows how collective uplift benefits everyone, but someone has to lead with knowledge and vision. And for your community, for your family, that is you. You are the one who is going to lead with vision, with purpose, and with knowledge, because you're here listening to us. And so you're the one who's got to do it. All right. Here are the action steps you're going to take.
Document your wealth strategies, visa processes, and your business blueprints.
And you are going to share that intergenerationally. Okay. We cannot continue to not talk about money because of whatever bullshit that we learned from Big Mama and them. All right. Those days are over. Those days are over, and they're probably fruit of the slavery tree. They're probably fruit of the slavery tree. So we're going to create intergenerational lessons, all right, for our community and for our heirs. We're going to create courses. This could be one of your side hustles. We're going to create videos. We're going to create templates. They are erasing our history, and we are going to make sure that it is maintained. And then finally, what we are going to do.
Fund scholarships or mentorships for others in the diaspora network.
Okay.
Or your diaspora network.
Okay. And so I used to be the president of Colorado Black Women for Political Action. That was one of my give backs. And I taught them everything that I know. And it is still a thriving organization. It was 40 years old when I got recruited. Okay. It's not like I built it, but I did rebuild it. Okay. I rebuilt it because our community deserved it and needed it. Our community deserved it and needed it. And then I also created the Urban Syndicate, which was a youth program that taught Black kids entrepreneurship. Each one, reach one, teach one. Okay. The days of going to work and coming home and doing brunch are over. You can do that when you move abroad. But you still have to keep teaching. You still have to keep teaching and sharing your knowledge, y'all. This is what our ancestors wanted. This is what our ancestors expect. Okay? And this is what we need to do. I would love to take more questions from y'all, but we do have to go catch a plane. So we'll go really fast and see what we can you repeat the names of the 3 books mentioned before? You know what we will do, Dita? Tomorrow, we will get a list of all of the books and links, and we will put it in the description. All right. So hang tight. And then tomorrow, once we land, look, it's going to be a long day, but
yeah.
What's today? Sunday?
Today's
okay.
Sunday.
So Monday, tomorrow afternoon, we will have links to all of the books that we have mentioned. Okay. And check your library. We're going to send you links to Amazon or something like that, right? But check your library, because your library will probably have lots of these and probably audio editions as well that you can download onto your phone, listen to it, and then go ahead and return it. All right. Check your library. Very fast. I've used Bitwarden as a password manager for years on the free plan. Never had a problem with it. Okay, folks. So there's some hints. Thank you for our ancestral history. But what's going on in the Mother Africa to the Caribbean Mother Earth is claiming back what's hers. That's right. With a vengeance. Yes. Truly, truly, truly. All right. And so, yes, I'm going to continue to monitor what is going on the continent and continue to uplift when our people are doing the right things by their community. So faceless YouTube channels are fine, but they don't work for everything, y'all. Okay. And so take our side hustle challenge and we'll get into more of that. Okay. Action VJ put in the chat the link to the Move Abroad Toolkit. Thanks by the grace of God, our generational was spared. Our generation, I think, was spared the horrific Category 5 hurricane, Melissa. in Jamaica.
Mhm.
Thank God, yes, both our estate and art gallery on Montego
Oh,
Bay
great.
was spared, still intact. Oh, thank God, because that was, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I know that Jamaica had not been in a Category 5 in a bit. So we see DK. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and I'm so happy to hear that things did not get as bad as they had to get. Okay, all right. I think we've got them
Did you
all
get
for
a
the
better
most
life?
part. I'm sorry.
A better life.
This way.
The other way.
This way.
Right there.
I did not. That's new. Okay.
A
Super
better
sticker,
life.
better
Thank you
life.
so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the super sticker. All right. We will end with this. All of our super stickers, super thanks, and super chat money goes to our scholarship fund for Beyond the Bling. That is our financial independence program for late bloomers like ourselves. All right. If you need a scholarship, send us an email, put scholarship in the subject line. You don't have to give a diatribe. We trust that if you ask, you need it. And we thank you so much. A better life. And our community thanks you. Our new members, Dorothy, and anybody else who has joined in, all of our super sticker and super thanks money. Y'all, we got to go. We got to go catch a plane, y'all. We will see you from London.
We'll be in London.
We'll see you in London on Thursday. Bye.